episode 7. It's your boy Phony Toaster, Toasters with the mostest.
Taz, the old nerdy bastard. Before we get started and everything, what's going on with rap nowadays, man? What is going on? I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
You like?
I like it.
I think they needed the fire.
Niggas is rapping. This is all we've had so far in this past month. It is completely made up for last year. Last year was one of the worst years in hip hop. Like, I don't know if people know that. Last year was one of the worst because we did not chart a lot.
True.
I don't think we charted until Astroworld Boy, Travis Scott. And that's I'm like, Travis Scott ain't really rapping.
Travis Scott ain't really
like, that's not rap. He's not rapping. He's like harmonizing, which honestly I feel like needs to be his own genre. Because these niggas are not rapping. This is not rap. And they're just calling it rap because they don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, well, because black people are doing it.
Well, of course. 100%. I had to agree with what Tyler, the Creator, said. That album he did before this last one, he didn't rap at all. It was all singing. And he won for rap album and a Grammy for rap album. He got up there and was like, thanks, but this is bullshit. I was like, that was not a rap album at all. And he was like, you guys called it a rap album just because I'm black.
Yep.
And if this was a white dude doing it, for example, and Tyler did another interview, he said, for example, MGK does rock now. And no one's still putting that in rap. And he's obviously doing rock now.
Yeah. True.
And no one said, oh, well, this is just going to be rap.
You know, and you saw how hard they came for Beyonce when she tried to do Little Country.
They still coming for her. They don't want to recognize that.
It's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting that,
Yeah. Whoa. I mean, we already saw. They already let us know what time it is with Lil Nas X. They already let us know. Like, shout out to Billy Ray Cyrus, because Billy Ray Cyrus stepped in and was like, I'm on it now. Now you have to call it country.
Yeah.
Now you have to call it country. Because I'm a country music artist singing country music on this song. You have to do it now.
Yep.
And if you watched The Wife Likes Country, so every now and then we watched the CMT Country Awards. There's a change happening. It's happening. There were black people actually performing.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. I've never seen anything like this. And of course,
which is funny because history tell you black people make country.
No. Fuck history. That's a fact. That's 100% fact. They won, drop, ruled the genre. No, 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
And
they tried to because they took it first.
I still don't know how I feel about Jelly Roll. I still don't know how I feel about him. You don't know who that is?
I don't know.
Okay. Jelly Roll is a big, chubby white rapper.
Okay.
He has a grill, tats all over his face.
Okay.
You know, that's how some of them see us.
Pokemon.
I didn't say he did. I didn't say it. He did.
Oh, bro, like I was outside the Post Malone thing, and then one time people were like, "Hey, bro, this is Post Malone." Like, I just saw a picture, and I was like, "The fuck?"
Yeah. Like, I have a problem with that because that is how they see us. That nigga got cornrows. He got a grill. He tatted all of his face. This is all hip hop shit. And then when niggas talked about hip hop, he's like, "Oh, I don't do hip hop." Like, dude, fuck you. Hip hop embraced you first before anyone else did. Mm-hmm. And it's something that white people do. They're coming to the culture, take what they want from it, and then just leave and be like, whoa, I've never done that. This is one of the reasons why I respect Eminem. He never did cornrows. He never did grills. That's just not, he's like, I don't do that. And if anyone could do it, it's him. That nigga was raised in the block. That nigga was raised on 8 Mile. Do the Googles. That's one of the toughest areas.
M never gave culture vulture vibe.
100%. You can just tell, oh, you are just a student of it. You're not trying to copy it at all.
See, and everybody nigga's just a rapper.
Yeah.
That's all it came down to.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, bro, here's the mic.
Yeah.
Here's my lyrics.
Yeah.
I come to play.
Yeah. And MTS said it best years ago. He said, most of the people's problem with Eminem, these old dudes who keep going at him, most of people's problem with them is because he's that good. Because think about it. They were like, dude, I had to think about that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Because let's be clear. Eminem's far from the first white boy that rapped. Far from it. And yet, he gets the most smoke. Why is that?
Because he's good at it.
Because the nigga's actually good.
Because you can't. It's kind of like when you talk about like basketball, and there's certain players that no matter what, when you have that GOAT conversation,
what the
you
hell?
can't ignore.
Hey yo, dude, hey yo, stand up, bro. Stand up.
Oh, you see the
stand up, nigga.
You see the Goku pants?
Stand up, nigga.
Yeah, the shorts.
Word?
Yeah,
we just coordinating.
Yeah, bro.
Coordination.
You gotta have a little bit of an outfit.
Coordination. I like it. Yes,
you know
absolutely. I like the coordination. I like the coordination.
Y'all go hold cornball shorts with it and everything.
Yeah. Since last time we talked, Drake dropped 2 disses.
Oh, I didn't hear the second one. I heard the first one.
The first one, I'm like, all right, nigga. Like, people are gonna gas it up because it's Drake. But all he really said to K-Dot is, your feet are small.
Yeah.
You're short.
Yep.
And he wanted to talk about the splits. I'm like, is that it? First of all, let's be clear. Everything you said about him can apply right to Lil Wayne. Everybody. And people are like, oh yeah, but he's beefing with K-Dot, not him. I said, I don't care. If my best friend's a fat dude and I'm going around calling you, I'm dissing you, fat ass nigga. Like, if I'm the fat dude, I feel away, nigga. What you mean?
People, nigga?
What you mean, nigga? What you mean?
I'm a short nigga. Not you, short nigga.
Oh no, not yeah. You suck because you're short, not you though. Even though you're the same exact height.
You are right.
Google it. They're the same exact height. They have the same exact shoe size. So like, oh, K-Dot gonna be like, you talking to me or him? Which one are you talking to? You can speak for either of us. So, and that guy is the reason why you're where you're at. So what are you trying to say here? So. But people gassed it up. I expected it because he did go up against a lot of niggas.
I mean, I have to give him his light skin props in terms of that. At least you dropped something on wax.
At least you didn't fold.
Anytime somebody's at least gonna because I mean I didn't expect him to say anything. I mean, especially if I was Drake, I could just collect checks. But when you got a strong writing team, I think you feel away.
It's like that sometimes. But he's short. Don't mean to put you on blast. He's a short dude. But like when we do it, it's just like we're having fun. Like we're joking with niggas. Like I tell niggas all the time, come at me for being fat. I didn't heard it all. That's one of the main reasons why niggas don't. Because they're like, man, that nigga Taz probably heard every fat joke in existence.
That nigga probably added a few. All right, nigga, let me give you something better.
Like, I've had to do that sometimes. Like, if you're going to come for the king, don't miss. Don't miss. I've been fat my whole life, nigga. I will roast you. And it'll be nothing. It will be nothing. And then you're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're fat. Okay. I ate good last night, too, nigga. Yeah, that's dope. What'd you eat for dinner, nigga? Show us your plate, nigga. How about that? Like, that's the type of shit I'm on. So,
nigga, I'm super massive like the sun, nigga.
That wasn't an eclipse, nigga. That was me, nigga. It was me. Like, I own it.
I stepped outside.
I know, right? I came outside a little bit.
Nigga, I'm eating you hungry, nigga.
Block the sun on your ass. So you haven't heard the second diss?
I haven't heard the second.
Okay, so Kendrick didn't drop this week. He didn't drop a diss track. So of course Drake is like. So I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna get some comic book shit. If any West Coast nigga listen to Drake anymore after this, I'm looking at you weird. I'm looking at you weird after this one. We need a rap beef scale of maliciousness though, because there's Drake and egregious. Hey yo. Chris Brown and Quavo are going at it. I don't know if you know
heard about that.
Yo.
I haven't heard the track.
Chris. Hey yo, check this out. Somebody might need to step in on the Chris and Quavo one. The Drake and Kendrick one, whatever. The Quavo and Chris Brown one is kind of nasty. Chris Brown released a diss yesterday. He said it sucked when your cousin died, but we all wish that it was you. Like, oh, nigga, hey yo.
Yeah. I think they posted on a World Star.
Yeah.
I saw the caption, but damn, crazy.
Hey, yo, that might get in some street shit. Like, we gotta relax on that one. Farrakhan might have to step in.
Get back to dancing, Chris.
Briss. This
nigga said Farrakhan might have to step in. They might have to get the Black Coalition.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, nigga. You gotta relax.
We
But
the whole Black Coalition. And all
Drake
that
released another diss.
Okay.
First off, he tried to 8 Mile this shit. Tried to say, yeah, you're gonna talk about how I like young girls. Yeah, you're gonna talk about my contract. Yeah. You're gonna diss. You know what's funny? I said he said, yeah, you're gonna bring up the girls. I love when someone posted online. Yeah, nigga.
That's my first thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got nigga going to court like you're here for attempted murder.
Yeah.
I figured you bring up.
Yeah,
the
I figured
murder.
you bring up.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get right to that. Let's get right.
Let's go to the shit. Right?
So here's
and that's essentially you just admitting it in the first place, nigga.
100%.
Like
so Drake did something that kind of like I was like, all right, man, this is stupid now. He rapped in AI, in the voice of Tupac, and the voice of Snoop Dogg.
He rapped
Yeah.
in AI.
Yeah. So yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Have you heard AI Drake?
Yes.
AI Drake killed
This is
real
Drake.
life Drake. Like no shit, bro. I listened to AI Drake
shit.
once. I was like,
Yo, AI
shit.
Drake, yo.
I had somebody played it for me, and I didn't know it was AI Drake. They were like, "Hey, bro, listen to this Drake track," and I was just like, "I never heard that said." But all right, what is it? And I was listening to it. I was like, "Oh, okay, so maybe this is why people be gassing up Drake."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Bro, it's AI," and I was
AI.
like.
But like, I guess he rapped his voice, and the AI turned his voice into Tupac. Here's the thing: when you're going to emulate Tupac, you have to rap like Tupac. This nigga was talking like Drake in Tupac's voice, and I was like, this nigga is struggling. This sounds nasty. And then he did the same thing with Snoop. Like, nigga, you can't rap fast with Snoop. You can't multisyllabic.
It's gotta be laid back.
You can't multisyllabic.
I mean, you can't.
Snoop.
It's Lottie Dottie, we likes to party. Not Lottie Dottie, we likes to party. We don't go to
No. Like, nigga, like, you are struggling in this. So the whole time he's like, it's called the Taylor Made freestyle. He need to stop bringing out Taylor Swift. Swifty's gonna come for you, bro. You gotta relax.
Didn't he diss K Dot for doing a track with Taylor Swift?
Yeah, but he has a video.
Oh, no, that was J Cole. Was that J Cole?
No, he did. J Cole only done a song with Taylor.
no,
Kendrick
no.
did. He tried. Everyone's like, dude, you have a commercial singing not only a Taylor Swift song, you're singing that exact song. Did you diss them all? What are you talking about? But now you have a problem with it, nigga. You got songs.
That's literally takes away all claims of K Dot eating off you because you literally ate off.
And nigga, you got a song with Justin Bieber, my guy. Like, not even older Justin Bieber. You got
hey, after the Diddy revelation.
Yeah, he basically said
any of that kind of stuff
want
slide.
the
right?
smoke with Taylor. Like, he needs to just not
Nobody
bring her
wants
up.
the Taylor smoke, bro. The NFL don't even want the Taylor
Yeah,
smoke.
100%. He don't. She needs to just leave her alone. They're already looking at him weird, like, bro. So he's basically saying he didn't drop it because of that. And the whole time at the end, he's like, yeah, drop your shit, nigga. Come on, we waiting. It's on you. At this point, I don't even want Kendrick to respond.
Yeah, no.
I want Kendrick to not respond. And niggas can say what you want. At this point, why would I give you exactly what you want?
Oh no, it's gonna have to come.
I mean, it will.
And the thing is, it has to come from the culture because niggas need actual rap battles back. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I felt like it was an entertaining thing to do with like the versus stuff. But let's be real, that's not a real fucking versus.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a Jake Paul fight, nigga.
Shit.
Let's keep one. That's why people are like, oh, so and so can't go against you. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, if you make like clubby pop music or like number one hits like that, then yeah, cool. But at the same time, if Mike was still alive, I could put Michael Jackson up there and be the best rapper alive based on your contest. No, Mike, put it on wax, bro.
Yeah.
I miss the days of
Drake Paul.
for real, bro.
That's so good. That's good. So that's my take on it. If you listen to that other disc, first of all, he's like trolling. He's doing internet trolling and like, I can see Kate out being like, nigga, I'm not trying to internet troll you, nigga. I'm not. No,
I did like how a bunch of people came for Drake because, like, I don't know. I feel like Drake represents something very bad in the industry.
Talk to me.
He's a manufactured artist.
He's a product.
He's done shit. Like I said, he has crossed the line multiple times. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper. And I don't know, people just keep letting him slide. And to me, it's like, you don't, like, you make nice sounding music, but you don't make like, I don't feel like he makes like classics.
He hasn't made a classic in like 10 plus years. Like
has a
I
classic?
like Take Care is great, but in fairness,
Take Care go.
huh?
How's Take Care go?
Take Care,
Take Care.
the album.
No. You said I'm talking about like give me just a song that you feel like can always be played
From Drake?
from Drake.
See, I'm not the
said
right
you led
person.
with
I'm not the right person.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not the right person for this conversation.
like, don't give me somebody who gets all these passes and people aren't just like, well, I can just drop a song. I don't know. Like, anybody should be able to drop a Drake song.
Stay Scheme is a good one. But now here's the thing. Now he's beefing with Rick Ross.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
so he beef with everybody.
You gotta give me something that I was gonna say Lord Knows, but I was like, oh, that's a Rick Ross song. Drake and Rick Ross got a lot of good songs.
But see, and here's the thing. You also don't have one with just Drake.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but like I said, I'm not the right person to say that because I don't like Drake because I know a manufactured plant when I see one. But
he's an actor. He's acting like a rapper.
And
don't get me wrong. As far as entertainers go, I give him his props. He's a great entertainer. Whatever you're doing is working. You out there in your little motorcycle outfits.
But like him, like with the AI, I was like, all right, nigga, you just trolling. And he's on his Instagram talking all types of shit. But it's whatever. Anyways, let's get to it. So, we got something to talk about.
What's that? Where are we going first?
I guess we could go to X-Men.
Okay. X-Men 97.
You know what I'm learning?
7?
Yes. Here's what I'm learning. 7?
Is it 7 or is it 6? I think it's 7, right? Because
I thought it was 5.
No, okay, so there's 2 launch, and that's the third one was Madeline Pryor. Mm-hmm. The fourth one is Jubilee.
Yeah.
The fifth one then would be Gambit, and so 6.
6, yeah, he said 6. Yeah, so episode 6. Okay, so episode 6 came out. We get the Adversary, classic story with Storm and Forge. You know what I am discovering that I find it weird? Not really weird, but it's interesting. I'm interested. I find it interesting at how many people who have devoted X-Men pages, who talk about X-Men all the time, or like posting about things that any X-Men fan would know.
Interesting.
Like someone posted a long thing that, I didn't know Juggernaut wasn't a mutant.
In America? On Al Gore internet? You gonna tell me on Al Gore internet somebody said, I didn't know Juggernaut. You know, what amazes me in this age especially is like, you didn't think to Google that before you hit post?
100.
Like on the X-Men page, even if you was like a contributor, you didn't think like, let me just Google real quick. You know, because you gonna need some context there. Like, you gonna tell me you watched X-Men or read the book? Did you only watch X-Men Last Stand? Is that the only X-Men thing you saw?
Once again, the X-Men movies have done more harm than good. This is one of the main reasons. They have really convinced people that Juggernaut is a mutant. He's not. Not only is he not a mutant, he is
he's a friend of humanity.
He's man, listen. That's why we need to bring gatekeeping. Listen. I say this. People get in trouble with me for this, but get mad at me. I say sometimes gatekeeping is healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes it's like, yeah, nigga, fall back. Yeah, fuck out of here. I'm not mad. I just find it interesting because X-Men has always had a lot of fans. But now it seems like they're gaining even more, which I thought, in all honesty, was impossible. I didn't think that they could get more popular than it already is.
I think a lot of people felt, I mean, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel tried to snuff the X-Men a bit. And with the bad movies, the lack of a cartoon for a while, I think that X-Men had a lot of fans that kind of went to sleep and didn't pass on that kind of, because, you know, you didn't have that same level of content. Like, my kid's all into X-Men now. Mm-hmm. Like, she's gone through the original series, all of Evolution by this point, and she's, I think, like, at least a couple seasons in Wolverine and X-Men.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Up to date on X-Men 97. Yeah. She's seen multiple of the movies. I think next would be the reboot.
Yeah.
And, like, she's, you know...
And she's watching the current show.
Yeah.
Which is basically, no, not even basically, it's just a continuation of the first. Once again, we have to have this conversation. The X-Men cartoons are in the echelons of cartoons. I'm not trying to have this conversation ever again. I'm not. There's too many niggas who are trying to rip on the X-Men cartoon. I'm like, no.
Who?
No. A lot of people. For example, listen. Check this out. I don't forget shit. I can't speak for y'all niggas. A lot of you new niggas, a lot of y'all just go with what's popular. You don't go off of your own thoughts. I'm so old. Let me tell you how old I am. I'm so old. I remember people were ripping on the show because they gave Storm the Mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't forgot.
I
I ain't forgot. I haven't forgot. I remember saying, y'all niggas haven't seen one episode. Then niggas were hating on the animation. I ain't forgot.
Oh, no, I talked some little shit about the animation. Felt weird initially during the trailer. But it's weird because if I go back and look at that same trailer, it still looked a little weird to me. So I don't know if it's just because, like, maybe they changed the frame rate once it completed, because it looks much smoother now.
I agree. And maybe that was the case because it is a commercial. And maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I can see that, you know, what was in the commercial looks different.
I mean, because the animation, the art style looked good.
Yeah.
But it was just like that frame rate was just like, it just felt choppy.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, the scene with Gambit charging up Wolverine's claws, I love it so much that I won't bring up how fucking ridiculous that would be.
Well, especially because, like, it technically would not work.
Not technically. It would not. First of all, you can't just charge his claws. You have to charge, it's metal, so you're charging his whole skeleton.
And to be fair, you saw the scene after, right? His whole body was, like,
oh, yeah,
all
that's
his
true.
clothes
That's
and
true.
everything were torn off.
Yeah, but, like, he's exploding. Like, he's a pile of goo right now.
And that's the thing, is technically he would heal. The biggest problem is that he wouldn't have the adamantium anymore.
Oh, no, the adamantium will still be there. Just the flesh.
No,
his flesh.
But then, no, because technically his power is to charge kinetic energy to inorganic objects and they explode.
Yeah, but that would be exploding inside of him.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about, I mean, that should break the bonds of the adamantium.
Why?
Because you're charging it at the molecular level.
So, it doesn't break. That's what makes it great. Like, dog.
Look, when Magneto manipulated that shit at the molecular level, guess what? That shit became malleable. Like,
that's Magneto, though.
You're talking about a level of, like, that should not work out for Wolverine.
I've just seen
like that
too
should
many.
be an OP thing for Gambit, bro. I get one of them claws in my hand, it's a wrap, bro. You hit me with one of them claws, bro. It's a wrap for you.
I got you. One of my favorite moments was during AVX. Captain America fought Gambit, and he threw the shield, and Gambit caught it, charged that nigga, and threw it back. That nigga Cap had to duck out the way. That shit exploded, and that shit was still there. Gambit was like, "The fuck." I remember Gambit was hella confused.
Yeah, which, remember, the vibranium absorbs kinetic energy.
You're
so
right.
it's technically that makes a lot more sense in terms of, because adamantium, like, yeah, you get it in its refined state, you refine it, it's supposed to be unbreakable. But, I mean,
I'll give that. MTF says the one thing I knock the X-Men cartoon for is that certain characters get shortchanged if they're not core characters. Are you talking about Mimic or maybe Bishop?
I think that was more apparent in the original one, because it was the Wolverine show. Well, I like in this one because I feel like we're getting other characters. Like, it doesn't feel like it is as focused on a single character. It feels like the season's being spread out through different characters.
Let's talk about that. Every now and then a post of mine goes viral. I'm not trying to brag. I don't know why, because I don't have a blue check mark. I have none of these things. But people fuck with what I said. I posted the fact that I said X-Men 97's... Because what happened was some merch came out. Some merch for X-Men 97 came out. They showed it. Wolverine's in the back.
It is the shortest thing in there. He should be in the front.
He's in the back. I was more talking about the original cartoon. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Then you're definitely right. And I think that's what Toast was saying, too. In the original cartoon, it was like that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But some merch came out. And Wolverine's in the back. As an old school comic book reader like me, that was weird to me.
Yeah.
That was strange. Because I'm like, bruh, Wolverine's in the back. That's almost unheard of. So I posted a thing, and I said, the Marvel's restraint from making Wolverine the center person of this whole entire thing needs to be studied. And the reason why I posted that is because for years Marvel felt like they had to do that.
No.
They felt like they had to do that.
We used to talk about it in the shop. Wolverine would literally be on covers of books he wasn't even in.
20 plus years. One of my favorite examples, not Anita Baker. There's this comic book about a vampire detective named Anita. And Marvel had the rights to do her character. Brett Booth was drawing it. And they did a cover with Wolverine on it. And Wolverine's not in the book at all. At all. He's not. Not only is he not in there, the book is, the comic is based on the book. On the novel? And the novel has nothing to do with Wolverine. I was like, why is Wolverine on this cover? Because they need to boost sales. Aha! And guess what was the number one selling issue of that comic? Wolverine's cover. Yes, this is facts.
It was wild to see how popular that character was. Because, like, even Batman would be on multiple covers, but he'd at least be in the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolverine was legitimately on covers of books he had no part in.
Yeah. It had no business being there.
Not even like, oh, Wolverine's going to be there the next issue when we might, like, reveal him on the back page. So, no. Wolverine is not part of this fucking story arc. But he is dead center on the cover with them claws out.
Yeah. A dead ass. I have a copy of the Thing comic book with, and Wolverine's on the cover, not in the comic. Like, it is what it is, but the fact that in the show they're absolutely not doing that it's great. I think it's good because, let's be clear, we all know about Wolverine. We already know everything. But that's also why it was always ridiculous when people say they want a Logan-free X-Men movie. No, here's the deal. The X-Men is Wolverine. He's the most popular member. But there are other members that deserve shine too, even more than Wolverine. And the reason why, in the X-Men stuff, and the reason why I say that is because Wolverine has solos. Like, he has solo books. So, I don't want a Wolverine-focused story in an X-Men book when I have two Wolverine comics over here. I'm not interested. I like to see him collaborating with the other members more. But I want them to focus more on the actual characters who do not have solos. Because now I'm feeling attacked with the Wolverine. He's the central in the X-Men. He's the central in the solo. He's central in Avengers.
I mean, let's be real. This motherfucker literally, they made X-Men cartoons called X-Men, X-Men Evolution, then literally Wolverine and the X-Men.
And so it's funny because people, when I posted that, people are like, and this is how I know you niggas is new. This is one cool thing that's coming out of the X-Men is a lot of niggas are exposing themselves.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of y'all are exposing yourselves. Agree, but even if he's in the movie for 5 minutes, that boosts appeal. And no, here's the deal. Yeah, I've always said Wolverine should be there. But every single movie, let's be clear, all the X-Men movies with Wolverine in it was really Wolverine and friends.
Yeah.
Think about it. Every single one of them where Wolverine's involved, it's Wolverine and friends.
Yep.
He's the main focus. Then they gave him 3 solo films.
Wolverine was the main character.
Yes.
Let's keep it 100. Like,
he was the main character.
That was not to. That was not a. That was scripted.
Yeah.
They made sure that happened.
Yeah, they wanted to make that happen, and they did. They made that happen. It is what it is.
It was the same thing in comics. It was the same thing in the cartoons. I mean, across the board, they were like. I mean, it's like the Batman thing. Where, at some point the shit just really got ridiculous. And it sucks for the character in many ways because Wolverine was far more interesting when he didn't know his past.
Yeah.
You got less of, like, he would pop up. He didn't have all these long dialogues. Like, I still remember multiple comics where he's going around giving like relationship advice and talking about, how, to be a better person and like how, like all these things where it's like before it was like, yeah, I mean, shit happens. Deal with it. Shit happens. Here's a beer.
Yeah. One of the worst things Marvel had done to the character of Wolverine, I hate to say it, was make him more heroic. Because that's not why we fell in love with Wolverine in the first place. We fell in love with Wolverine because Wolverine was a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. He was a perfect anti-hero.
Yeah.
In as far as we knew, he was a victim. He was a victim with a crazy power who had been turned into a weapon. And he was trying to deal with that. But at the same time, there was a lot of also acceptance to that. Because I go by the name Wolverine. I ain't a nice cat.
Yeah, not a nice guy at all. And not just that. I'm not a nice guy at all, and I don't really like my whole entire team. I'm like low-key fighting them. Like, low-key fuck everybody on this team. I don't fuck with any of you.
This nigga got push powers with some optic blast. This furry motherfucker I can smell from 17 miles away. Mm. The fucking Cajun dude, I feel like he's always stealing shit from my room.
Yeah.
Storm Cool.
He did have a coat. Not originally. Originally, that's why he was the only one with claws. Like, Wolverine was like stabbing niggas, and like they were just like,
superpower. His superpower is to stab people and survive
niggas
while he's stabbing people.
Yes, and so Wolverine was like, I'm stabbing niggas. And Xavier's like, can you not?
Yeah, bro, what do you want me to do? Like Ninja Turtles, like Leonardo just hit you in the back of my, my sword every time.
Right? It's like. So Wolverine's kind of like, nigga, what do you want from me? Like, dog, my power is basically I stab niggas. Like, if you get to it, I stab niggas.
You can read my mind, Chuck. What am I thinking about?
Yeah.
Stabbing everybody in the room.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Sabretooth was his perfect arch enemy, always trying to pull him back and to become
able to get stabbed and come back.
Well, that's what. That's why I love Sabretooth. Because Sabretooth, let me tell you why I think I like Sabretooth. Sabretooth is a perfect villain. Because the whole concept of the X-Men is we can all live together. We can have peace. Mutants are not bad. Then you got this nigga. Yeah, when I'm bored, I break into orphanage and eat babies. Yep. I just murder people. And guess what? You can't really stop me. I heal. And I just do it for the fuck of it because I can. And so, with other villains, you can say, yeah, that person's just bad. Joker, he's just bad. This guy, he's just bad. Red Skull, he's just bad.
Joker, to a degree, could be a victim.
They try to make him out to be that way at times.
Red Skull's a product of circumstance. Mini Nazis.
Just because he stabbed niggas doesn't mean he didn't have. Let me be clear with you.
You honorably stab niggas.
Wolverine only has a code up to a point.
Redheads.
But that's what
Redheads. He don't stab red. He stabs redheads with a different weapon.
That's true. I have way too many comics where Wolverine has killed innocent people. Completely innocent people, and be like,
there's many bar owners that'll tell you Wolverine.
Like, fuck, man. Like, yeah, what's his bar tab at this point? Yeah. I have a comic where Hulk, he was fighting this guy, and everyone's like, don't fight him in the middle of a crowded area. The guy threw Wolverine through a car, killed the people in it, and Wolverine's like,
yeah,
that's what happens. I need to stop the bad guy. He didn't feel anything. And like the other members are like, dude, what the fuck? And Wolverine's like, look, you have me on this team, fuck people up. That's what I'm doing. And in this situation, niggas die. It happens. Like, that's the type of nigga Wolverine is.
I love in Infinity War,
comic,
when Adam Warlock takes two niggas aside.
Yeah.
Hulk
on the
and
roof.
Wolverine.
He said, yo, meet me on the roof.
He's like,
meet me on the roof real quick.
All these other motherfuckers in here, they want to save the day and shit, but y'all niggas know what time it is. You know what needs to be done. What
was great was that he said it without saying it. He was like,
oh, no, he said it straight up. We gonna need to sanction Thanos.
Oh, no, well,
that was such a perfect line.
If I remember perfectly, yeah, he didn't say kill this nigga. Like, straight up. He just said, look here. Here's what's going to happen.
No,
Oh, you got the book.
No, this is Infinity
Okay,
War.
yeah, pull it up. Pull it up.
This is
oh,
Infinity.
yeah, you're full. That's
Oh,
what.
wait, hold on. Yeah, this is Infinity War, not Infinity Gauntlet.
Not Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember, someone can look it up, but I remember he pulled him to the roof and was like, look here, man. Those people down there are heroes. You two are not heroes. You're not. And, they're going to want to do the heroic thing. But we need someone to not do the heroic thing.
Somebody and I love the line too, because somebody's gonna need to sanction Thanos.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said to him. Like, and look dead at him like, they're like,
Somebody.
okay, Wolverine.
Hulk was kind of like, Wolverine was like, nah, we got it. I get what you're saying.
Because at the time it was the blended Hulk, so he wasn't like Behemoth Hulk.
Yeah.
He was not full Professor Hulk, but somewhere in kind of in between. Then he was like,
he's basically Hulk with a conscience.
Yeah.
But Wolverine got a conscience. Wolverine's like, I got you.
Wolverine. And guess what? In the middle of that fight,
Yep.
Wolverine jumped at this man's chest,
Yep.
both hands in.
Didn't he do that off rip?
That was his first attack.
Didn't he do that off rip?
As soon as he
off
get to Thanos,
he's like, all right.
that nigga said,
All right, I know what time it is.
let
him
talk.
That's
and,
one of the main
and Thanos was like, oh, nigga, you spaghetti. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I remember that. This is what makes Wolverine great, because even when he joined the Avengers, Iron Man was like, fuck out of here. Iron Man's like, dude, this nigga like kills people.
The thing is a Gensu.
Yeah.
He's a walking Gensu. You gonna put a knife on the team?
Yes.
Might as well call Megatron, have a gun.
I love Captain America's reason. He was like, yeah. Because one day, one of us is going to need to make a tough decision.
Yep.
And he's not going to need to make that decision. He's already made it.
Yep.
He knows what needs to be done.
So-
Captain America is a soldier first. Superhero second.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's not pretend like Captain America ain't got mad bodies.
Oh, yeah.
They just call them Nazis, so we don't count them against them like that.
Yeah. That doesn't count.
But that nigga was just working security that day.
I feel like Cap should have the blick on him. Cap should have the blick. Cap should have the blick. He's a soldier.
I don't know what's the New York gun laws.
Oh no, they're gonna let him do it. No, they're like, no, he's okay.
It's Cap though. It's Cap.
He's all right.
I borrow my M16. What you need?
I feel like Cap.
Then why you got Punisher?
Because Punisher is not a good guy.
Because let's be real.
Uh-huh.
Cap don't have to reload that shield and he breaking everybody's neck.
It's true.
I mean, you can't tell me that nigga bounced that shield off 4 people
Listen.
at once, and the first one ain't got his neck broke.
Cap has killed people in the MCU. I don't give a fuck.
No way.
The way he is throwing these shields.
Oh no,
Like, nigga, you are separating necks. You are disconnected spines.
You were 40 feet from that nigga. That shit bounced back to you. Hell no, nigga. Don't even begin to tell me that you ting. Oh,
Like, that shit ain't just giving him a concussion. He's giving these niggas CTE.
Yeah. You see when them niggas hit trees with it? That shit's like 4 feet deep in that tree.
Oh,
Nigga.
shit.
He is murdering.
Cap is killing it.
Not only that, but remember, first Avenger, he had the blicky.
In the movie, he had the
He
blood.
was hitting the rooms. Bap, bap, bap.
Yeah, with the accuracy. With the
Super accuracy.
Super soldier accuracy. Like, this nigga, I
They
feel
were
like
probably doing this to the gun too, so the bullets go a little faster. Blah, blah, blah.
Get a little projection into a lap.
Yeah, I'm
But
telling you.
CT Evil Roger. CT Evil Roger. I'm telling you, like, Cap has put niggas in the hospital. There are niggas who are just not being able to walk.
Oh, yeah.
And niggas eating out of a straw.
Yeah.
Because of him and Batman. I see some comments of Batman. I'm with Batman. I'm like, damn, nigga. That dude's never gonna walk again.
Hey, I told you that's the theory. It's my Batman theory. It's like, why do you think things are so bad in Batman and Gotham City? Batman is literally going around fucking the people up who can't afford to have just one job. And you gotta think about it. You living in Gotham, right? You're like, man, I got myself a degree, man. I'm going down and work at Gotham R&D. all of a sudden on Tuesday, hey, we had another $1 billion theft from Wayne Enterprises. We're gonna have to lay some niggas off because Batman needed to borrow Batwing. And then all of a sudden you're like, man, well, I need to pick up work. I got a family to feed. So you take a job over with Penguin. You know, you're like, all right, I'll be security or whatever.
Yeah.
Batman come in, bam, break a collarbone.
Yeah.
Now you're like, fuck, man, I can't go get a job at the docks or something. I shouldn't be doing crime. Now you got to go work for Scarecrow or somebody. All of a sudden you get shot up with fear toxins, got a drug habit, y'all fucked up. You got to feed the family.
Yeah.
So you still need work. And then by the end of it, how you think Joker get henchmen?
No, 100%.
Because Batman now done probably fucked up your knee, fucked up your collarbone, got a few ribs broken.
Fucking economy trash.
You know why? Because Wayne Tech owned all the jobs, and you constantly got to lay people off because he's constantly fucking up his own shit.
Now here's the deal. A lot of people don't like that argument. They say, oh, that's not true. Batman has set these things up. Batman set these things up. Here's my issue with that. You guys have established that he runs Gotham. That's not us saying.
No. It's even better. He doesn't run Gotham. Wayne Enterprises,
that's what I mean.
Who constantly is corrupted by business people.
That's what I mean. Bruce Wayne runs Gotham. This is what you guys have told us. That Bruce Wayne, runs Gotham. That is his baby. Cool. Sweet. So the reason for the crime, look at Gavin Newsom. He ended homelessness, crimes, everyone blames him.
Yep.
You mean to tell me they want to do the same thing to Bruce Wayne? Like, nigga, first of all, how do you have this much power? You're not the mayor.
Huh?
So if you have more power than the fucking mayor of the city, then this is your fault. This is you. But Bruce is just one billionaire among many others. Once again, this is what they're telling me. They're telling me he's worth more than all of them.
Bruce is supposed to be like Lex is in Gotham, where even though there are other rich people and other billionaires or whatever, he has the most presence in infrastructure with jobs and things of that nature. So most of these things, because of Thomas Wayne and those influences, they're attached to having being built. Matter of fact, if you go back and read some of the issues where like Penguin tries to move into politics and other things, they literally talk about the inefficiency of the Wayne family, how Bruce Wayne has ignored his company. He's had multiple storylines where his companies have been taken over by different people, and because of that, they affect power, they affect water, they affect hospitals, they affect all kinds of things because his hands are in everything in Gotham.
In everything.
And when you do that, but at the same time you spend like $32 trillion on Justice League Watchtowers, that money got to come from somewhere.
No, 100%.
That's another Gotham General don't get built. That's why they got one.
I agree. But let's be clear. Billionaires don't help people. There are plenty of billionaires in the world that can do a lot more. Other than Bill Gates. Because y'all don't know, Bill Gates pretty much gives away 90% of his whatever he makes.
And still has more money.
Still has his shit done. And people ask him, he gives it away to people who need it, and he mostly dedicates it to cancer research. And people say all the time, well, why would he do that? And he makes a great point. He was like, I have more money than I need. Like, no one, there's not anything on the planet Earth is worth getting that much money.
One of the things that I heard that always still reigns true to me is like when you look at these CEOs and shit, and they're like, "Oh, I made $1 billion." No, you took $1 billion. You ain't doing $1 billion worth of work. Let's keep it 100. The people who do the most work for you probably make the least amount of money.
Yeah,
great. You had an idea, but let's be real. You didn't make $1 billion. You took $1 billion.
You took $1 billion.
And a lot of people tell you it's like because we have a society that can't handle everybody being an entrepreneur. You can't have everybody being a pop star. You can't because it would destroy the economy. Rich people wouldn't be rich no more, and they don't want that.
And they don't want that. The rich got to stay rich.
Oh, you mean equal pay for like everybody has opportunity? Oh, can't have that.
The rich
How
are rich.
We feel like we're over you.
Yeah. Well, the rich are rich by staying rich. So anyone that has a chance to fuck up their money, guess what? They're not for it. That's why a lot of them like Trump. Because Trump is like, dude, I'm going to make sure you guys keep your money, but we're going to, like, fuck everyone else up. So the billionaires are like, yeah, let's do that, whatever it is. Like, but here's the deal. Yes, there are other billionaires that got them. One, they're not on the level of Bruce. Two, they don't own a company that has their hands in everything. That's the difference. And they said that Bruce takes money out of the money he makes to help Batman. Which makes sense. But now, That would. I'm an accountant. That fucks up the books. Where'd this money go?
Okay, and you see the thing. That nigga stopped by Wayne Tech R&D and take that shit. It ain't like he make the money and then go buy it from, buy it from anything. No. He takes the shit from his company.
Yeah, and dips. And so, yeah. Like, as an accountant.
Wayne Tech's worst enemy.
Yeah. Like, I want to see that story. I want to see Bruce Wayne, like, someone go up to him, or someone go up to Batman. Like, this is the type of story I would write. So, a woman goes up to Batman, throws something at him. Batman's confused. He's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you attacking me? And she explains that story. My husband came here, let's just say another country. This is spitball, off the top of the dome. My husband came over here looking for, a chance, opportunity in America. We could not afford most of the places here, so we had to move to Gotham. Because, of course, the rent's probably pretty cheap there.
Star City is expensive. Metropolis is expensive.
Yeah. Star City is expensive. Coast City is probably expensive. And, so we had to move to the ghettos. We come out here, there's this Wayne Tech that owns everything, but they can't hire him. They hired him as a custodian, something like that.
No, he got a security job.
Yeah, or security. Something happens, they had to do layoffs. He laid off some people because money was taken from from Wayne Enterprises. Yep. For Batman, even though she don't know that. But she says, Wayne Tech, there was a bunch of money missing. So some people had to get laid off. Because I refuse to believe if Bruce Wayne is as good as a businessman as they're teaching us to be, he's laying off some people.
Oh, well, yeah. I
mean, there's fucking some people over.
Up. Like, think about it, like, so I had to flood the city because Scarecrow's toxin this week. Which, infrastructure damage could potentially have damaged the buildings that he worked at. Mm-hmm. So guess what? He's no longer needed.
Yeah. 100%. If but let's be honest. If he sold Batman Tech to the government, he'd be like pre-Iron Man. No, he would be. He would be 100%. But instead, he does it for himself, which, okay, fine. But at least with Tony, he was getting money off of it. This money is just going away. This money is just disappeared. It's just gone. Sadly, that's Lucius Fox's job. Exactly. So here's the deal. With the lady, I could see her saying he needed a job. He needed something. And so he took a job as security at the Iceberg Lounge.
Yep. Cobblepot. Because guess what? It's an actual club. It's a legitimate club as far as he knows.
He said we could go. Batman shows up.
He didn't even dive into crime yet.
Yeah, Batman shows up.
After a week. That nigga just had the job a week.
This guy is just doing his job.
Yep.
His boss is telling him to stop that masked illegal vigilante.
Yep. He doesn't even have to. This fucking guy in a bat costume broke in and started throwing through a fucking batarang in my collarbone.
Just took us out first. And he was like, and she was like, you didn't mean to, but you like maimed this nigga. He can't work anymore. We're fucked. And so he kills himself for the life insurance to give to us. We are fucked as a family because of you.
Well,
because of you. This is you.
Because of you.
Because of you. Now Batman feels bad. And I can see Superman being like, dude, that's not your fault. And Bruce being like, no, it is partially my fault. I crippled that man in more ways than one.
Yep.
I crippled him financially. Then I actually crippled him.
Yeah. And guess what? The worst, and you just follow that path down. Like, now you can't do security for other people because you've got a hobble, you've got a bad shoulder, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't get a regular job down at the dock or, because, they're very much an industrial city. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now you have to take shittier henchman jobs, like I'm saying, like a Scarecrow or a Two-Face or, and then just being like, every day he come home at night feeling like he was just going to get shot.
Yeah.
And he didn't even die. Yeah. To you, the Joker just killed him one day to make a point.
Yeah.
You know what that point was? You aren't doing anything to help this fucking city.
Yeah, you're not. Even if that's the case, because people will argue and say, yeah, he is. Yeah, he does. Even if that's the case.
65 million told you a fucking liar. That was one of the best revelations Batman had in the future was like, whoa, why is there a fucking Batman?
No, I love it.
Oh, because there's a whole planet, Gotham.
I love it.
What?
I love it.
What?
Like, Batman was the only one in the group. For those of you who don't know, we'll give you context. There was DC 1 billion. Or whatever.
DC 1 million.
DC 1 million. Where they meet the Justice League a million years in the future. So there's a Superman, there's a Batman, there's a Wonder Woman, there's a Flash. There wasn't a Green Lantern, which they do explain. But, which also pisses me off about Hal Jordan. That's okay, though. That's okay. I don't want to get there. I don't want to go there. Kyle Rayner's the nigga. Anyways. Anyways. Now they only use Kyle Rayner to remind us he's Mexican. That's the only time this nigga comes out.
It's important.
Only time we see Kyle, he's speaking like Telemundo. It looks weird to me. I'm not gonna... It just doesn't feel right. And the reason why it doesn't feel right is because that has become his gimmick now. And it was actually some substance to Kyle Rayner other than I am Latino. There was substance to him. Nigga, me, alone, have the most powerful weapon in the galaxy. Me. So I can't really keep people around me because, nigga, you know how many niggas is looking for this? Anyways. So yeah, God, what were we talking about before that?
We were talking about Batman.
Oh yeah, DC 1 million. DC 1 million, thank you. Everyone's excited. They're like, dude, our superhero antics go to the future. Wow. Everyone was happy except for Bruce. Bruce is like, Gotham still needs a Batman these years in the future? And he's like, yeah, more than ever. Because now you fight aliens.
More than ever.
Now you fight different, like, niggers, like different races. Different species. So everyone's happy. Batman isn't. Batman's like, dude, I don't do this for fun. I don't do this for the fuck of it. I do it because it needs to be done in hopes that it will get better. So this nigga is basically telling me it doesn't get better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting my body through hell. Losing billions of dollars. For what? Bruce had like an existential crisis. Like, he's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I even doing that? Why am I even doing this? Things like that. I'm interested in stories like that.
Truly making a difference.
Yes.
Like, and how can I be better? Because let's be real. If most of these criminals, especially in Gotham, aren't superpowered, quite a few of them. So on their own, they're not that big of a problem. But with hundreds of henchmen, they become big problems. If the city had more opportunity, there wouldn't be as many people being henchmen because people don't want to just be randomly shot by Joker and poisoned by Scarecrow just for fun.
Of course.
So maybe if you focus more on providing opportunity with all that money instead of beating up civilians and breaking the bones, maybe we might move forward.
I'm shocked you haven't lit a blunt yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked you haven't lit a blunt yet.
Oh,
It's 420.
is it?
Yeah. This man smokes so much he don't even know. But anyways, I like stories like that.
You seen the clock, bro. There's 2 420s every day.
Oh my god. That was really? Is that what we were doing?
I didn't do that.
No,
Did
you're
I
right.
make time? I did not
Whoa,
start capturing and measuring change.
In
amongst the universe,
fairness,
sir.
time is a man-made construct.
Well, that's what I said. Measuring change. It's a tool of measurement.
Fair.
We're measuring change. We're measuring the way that we observe and interact with the universe.
I haven't loved all the recent failsafe stuff, but that's one of the things he's grappling with under Chip Z. I like the Chip Z run. I'm not a fan of there being like a trio of evil, and Amanda Waller is in it. The trio of evil. I don't like that.
Waller is not an evil person.
She's a
government employee.
I think that she's evil. However, she would not see herself as evil.
I was gonna say, how is she evil? Name one thing
I'll
she's
tell
done
you
as
about.
evil.
She has killed innocent people.
But was it for the job?
No, but let's talk about it.
I mean,
this is what makes
real.
her.
The government kills innocent people.
You're right.
And we don't blame the soldiers for following their orders.
But we call government evil all the time.
The government's evil, but we don't blame the soldiers for following orders.
She's not a soldier. She's running this shit.
She's an employee.
She's an employee, yeah, but this is all her.
No, she ain't the
Task
president.
Force X is her idea. She pitched that.
Yeah, but she ain't the president.
Her
She ain't the
hatred
Secretary
for
of Defense.
superheroes.
She got a boss.
I don't know. I think she is the boss now. She ain't no Nick Fury, even though she should be.
Look,
I think they want her to be this Nick
she
Fury.
ain't the president. She ain't the president.
No, but at one point it was Lex Luthor.
Who is evil and had the top position, thus can be considered evil. Amanda Waller is.
Is he really evil? Is Lex Luthor evil? Or does he just want what's best for humanity?
Lex Luthor is evil.
Is that what we're into with?
Yeah. Well, Lex Luthor is literally trying to literally okay with genocide because he's gonna kill the last of Kryptonians, and he knows they ain't no more of the motherfuckers. But the problem with Lex is that Lex is only evil because Superman exists. Without Superman, Lex would then be a good guy.
This is the problem I've had with the character of Lex Luthor. DC, you guys have pushed way too much that Superman's the guy, he's so powerful, our characters are more powerful, our characters can do anything. Sweet. Then why is one of your most popular bad guys just a guy? This is what you guys have established. This is the parameters you guys have set to me. Like, don't get mad at me. These are the parameters you have set to me that this dude is faster than the speed of thought. Nothing can crush him. Sweet. So why is this nigga just walking around? People know he's an evil. Everybody knows he's evil. Why has no one just come and just fuck this nigga up? Why has Flash not just pulled up and be like, all right, nigga. Enough. I'm just going to grab you and throw you in jail in light speed. You're locked up now.
Because you have to prove it.
I don't think she calls herself.
They've dragged Lex Luthor through court many times. And somehow all the witnesses die. It's the problem with justice. It's the same reason why, many of them go away.
Have you saw that I can do the thing now? I can breathe through my nose.
Oh, nice! Yeah. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Oh shit!
Years of practice, not years, but months. I saw you do it a bunch of times, and I got mad. I was like, nigga, I want to do that. I look cool. I want to look like a rapper. I want to look like a rap. I don't think she calls her. Yeah, you're right. But she's obviously teaming up with evil niggas. She's teaming up with Brainiac. She's teaming up with the failsafe, which I'm against the failsafe person because the whole concept of failsafe was when Batman had failsafes for the Justice League. This was his failsafe. I'm like, Batman already had a failsafe for himself. His failsafe, which I thought was great, shout out to Mark Waid. His failsafe was to resurrect his parents. That was the first thing Ra's al Ghul did. Was he can't? The whole thing starts Tower Babel. Great story, great thing. Tower Babel. The comic starts with Batman going to his parents' graves. His parents' graves are gone. He's like, what the fuck? Someone took my parents. Turns out he goes and finds Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al has their coffins hanging over a Lazarus pit.
Which is wild.
That was smart, and let me tell you why. Because Batman is like, this is what I've always wanted. I wanted my parents back. However, if they came back, I have no desire to be Batman anymore. And that was his failsafe. His failsafe was to stop Batman, bring his parents back. Yep. His parents come back, he loses all motivation to want to be Batman anymore. Chess, not checkers. Knocked off the board. You're done.
But my mom and dad are back, so I can't dress up like a bat and play with you guys anymore.
My parents said that I can't play with you guys. I gotta take my stuff in.
Not only that, but I moved down to trust fund from entire fortune.
I lose all my money.
I can't afford it.
He loses the money. His dad's back.
I'm a millionaire now, not a trillionaire.
No, 100%. I'm just saying. Like, nigga.
My dad's really mad about what I did with the RM.
That's fair, but the failsafe robot can take its place. No, 100%. I like the failsafe robot. I just don't like that part was ignored.
I don't know. I also liked when they wrote into one of the other storylines where he was like, well, what was your contingency against you, Batman? And he was like, y'all niggas.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can stop you? Literally, Superman can kill me from space.
Yes, 100%.
Like, the nigga can literally just wipe me out. You
know
where I live, bro.
That's why I like the character of Prometheus. Because Prometheus basically was like... He was basically like... I honestly thought that the Matrix took a lot of stuff from Prometheus. Where Prometheus could download fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, he says, I know Kung Fu. Like, that was a Prometheus thing. Now you can kill that. Thank you. That was a Prometheus thing. And Prometheus says, I downloaded every fighting style in existence, including yours. and he palmed Batman's face, fucked the Batman
Oh,
up. He fucked Batman up, and that's why I'm having trouble believing the failsafe thing. I'm like, do you know how many people have created things that could fight and beat Batman? Do you know how many people have the many times this has happened? Why would this be different? Also, Batman will have a failsafe for his failsafe. That's just Batman. We know this. Batman's a cheater. I can see the other Justice League members be like, nigga, so you got a failsafe for your failsafe, but you don't have a failsafe for our failsafe. And Batman can be like, no, I don't have one for you guys. And they'll be like, that's fucked up. And Batman just look at him. One of my favorite moments was Justice League Avengers. When the Justice League was just exploring the Marvel Universe. And Batman's like, don't touch anything. We're just here to observe. And Superman was looking around like, what the fuck, man? This place is fucked up. And Batman's like, don't touch anything. Then all of a sudden, Batman sees Punisher. Batman's like, hold up. And Batman beats the shit out of Punisher. And Plastic Man's like, yo, what the fuck, man? Plastic Man's like, yo, you just told all of us not to touch anything. And then you went and touched something immediately. And Batman's just sitting like this. He had nothing to say.
I told y'all not to touch anything.
He's like, oh, that didn't apply to me, my nigga.
Y'all don't touch anything.
You guys
I'm
don't
touching
touch
shit
it.
here.
I'm touching everything in this bitch. You niggas.
Figure out maybe whip his ass to bring my parents back.
I don't trust y'all.
You gonna do something stupid.
100%. That makes me miss Wally, because like I loved how Wally was on the team, because people forget he was like a Teen Titan 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And now he's on the Justice League, so he's kind of like I'm with the adults now. Like, so he's very like, hey guys, hey.
He knew all these niggas while he was a sidekick.
Yeah.
Like, he literally grew into the position. And that constant feel of like, bro, I could do it. I could prove my... Bro, I'm on the fucking Justice League.
And not just that, I'm
dope.
better than the nigga who was there before.
Yeah.
I'm better than him.
It's one of the reasons I hated when they moved Cyborg over and didn't, like, give him the promotion. Like, him getting promoted to the Justice League would have been dope. Like, that, you know, that push of like, nah, bro, I'm growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that would have been something different.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. That's very. I mean, the same thing. Yeah.
I gave the kid the Technics Imperative the other day.
Oh really? Oh wow, that's. Oh, she gonna get through that? That's a hell of a read.
Yeah,
That's a good. It's a great read.
She's all. I mean, she mostly wants Gwenpool stuff, and she wants Gwenpool and X-Men and Champions. She likes Champions.
Can't hate on Champions. Can't hate
She
on
likes
Champions.
I'm like, she wanted to read the X-23 stuff, but I'm like, it gets a little far for you.
What you could do, the Tom Taylor Wolverine run. That was pretty PC.
Yeah, I'm just
PG.
I'm going through also what, like, because I have a lot of variant issues.
Okay.
So it's like if I don't go and get you them digital, like
I got you.
I have quite a few that I just have duplicates of.
I
just got the newsstand and the variant.
And the variant.
But I got a lot of them where she's like, "Oh, Kyrie, leave that in the plastic, kid."
And it would have benefited his character as a former athlete getting called up to the big leagues 100%. I agree with everything said. I still didn't like Cyborg on the team, but it's mostly because I didn't like why he was on the team.
Yeah. I mean, and that's part of the problem is, like, you didn't even respect the character enough to give him I'm the black guy on the team with his history. You said, no, we're going to just needlessly erase your entire history and say this is where you started.
Yes, and that's why it's because one nigga quota.
Yep.
One nigga quota. John Stewart needs to be the Green Lantern. DC being completely scared to just go all in on John Stewart will always upset me, because he's the best Green Lantern after Kyle Rayner. And y'all already establishing you're not fucking with Kyle. Cool. John. I could argue John's the most popular Green Lantern. I could argue that. Because everybody watched the cartoon more than watched the movie. There are people to this day that don't even like Hal Jordan. Like, what? Like, who's that?
Yeah.
I know Jon Stewart. I mean, hell, look at the Justice League. I mean, the Suicide Squad game that just came out. The Green Lantern. Jon Stewart. It's like, fam, outside of comic media, they use Jon Stewart more. And that's who people are going to go to. And that's why it never really worked. I agree. 100% of everything said. Let's get back to X-Men, though.
Yeah, we drifted.
No, that's fine. It happens.
Wolverine.
It happens.
Wolverine conversation, do that.
It happens. So Storm got her groove back.
Or was her groove ever really gone?
Oh, it was gone for a second. It was gone. But then she got it back. She went and got some indigenous dick.
Yep.
And
hey, bro, when you get dick from the land, that's what happens.
you know what? For the soil.
Got a dick from the soil.
Soil dick is wild. But has more as a solo character. You're 100% right. So what a reason for it to change.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. DC has a black person problem. They do. They have a black character problem.
Yeah.
And you can say that's not true. It is. Because their best black characters, they will or either not use or they are not allowed to be better than the white versions. They're not going to let that happen. There are people who choose Miles over Pete. Is that fair to say?
It is fair to say.
There are people who like Sam more than Steve.
Not really,
But people have.
I guess they exist.
I exist. I like Sam a lot.
The Miles one is a lot better.
The Miles is a better example.
It's perfect.
It's a better example.
But
I think that's going to change.
Nick Fury's a black man now.
Was he ever not? I'm joking.
That's how deep that one went.
But at one point, it wasn't like that with Miles. But they focused on him. They pushed him to that point. I see that happening with Sam now. I see that happening with Sam. People are excited for the new Captain America movie. Especially now they're saying it's basically Winter Soldier. Like, there's going to be a renaissance that's going to happen with Sam. Hell, go to the Captain America Twitter page. It's Sam. Go to Disney. The one they have is Sam. Like, they're doing with him what they did with Miles. And it might not be hit on the same level, but at least the attempt is happening. Black Superman, will he ever be bigger than Clark?
Who? The fuck? Oh, you mean the one when he had the long hair and the black suit?
Wait, you talking about Superman or?
Yeah, Superman. He had the silver emblem. He had the black suit after Doomsday.
No, the black. No, the African American Superman, who's not even African American. He's supposed to be Kryptonian. So
I don't know who you're talking about.
Bliptonian, the Bliptonian.
Which one?
Steel, don't do that. Steel is another character that pisses me off in DC because there is no reason for him to be connected to Superman.
What are you talking about?
There's no reason for him to be.
It's part of his origin. He came from Reign of Superman.
That's great. So that should be where it ends.
Why?
He shouldn't be a Superman adjacent character.
He kept an S on his chest and he works in Metropolis.
Why?
He's a Superman.
That's stupid. I think that's dumb. And I think that takes away from his character.
What are you talking about?
DC has a black Iron Man. Let's be clear. He is black, blue collar Iron Man.
You know, Steel, Natasha Irons should have been the daughter of Steel and Power Girl. And that's how he should have stayed adjacent.
Trademark infringement otherwise. No, seriously.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Steel's a problem. Steel's been a problem.
I like Steel, but I think the biggest thing that halts his character is that he is too connected to Superman, and they will not allow him to be greater than Superman.
See, and that's one of the things that I hated early on. It was like, he was also significantly weaker than the other Superman and Reign of Superman, which I wish was kind of like, well, no, like he should have been able to like hybridize some sort of Kryptonian super armor.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
That. They should have gave him more to put them on that level before they started putting him as Superman. But
they've been trying to give him an arc outside the Super Family, but he's in Metropolis, so that just makes it a Superman.
And as a company owner, he doesn't have the money to move.
Yeah.
Shit.
100%. And so, like, I'm like, dude, what a way to not only elevate your black characters, but bring him out on his own. He does not need to be tied to Superman at all. He does not need. That's not a requirement. Like, Miles Morales has to be related to Spider-Man. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. He has spider powers.
He is a Spider-Man.
Steel is not a Kryptonian. The only link
He's
to
Iron Man.
Superman he had.
Black Iron Man.
He's black, blue-collar Iron Man. I like it. I'm like, okay, that's great. You have a dude that's hella smart. He does not have the backing. But he can still do whatever you want. I see Bruce Wayne be like, bruh, come over here. Let me talk to you. Listen, you need money. I need shit. So guess what? Let me buy your company out. On some Shark Tank shit. Let me get like 33% of your, and I'll give you equity. We could do a royalty deal, all of that.
I immediately don't like this.
Talk to me.
I don't want the one white savior.
How is he a savior?
So he buying your company out. Like, look, you.
Okay, let's do this.
You got a company. No,
Okay.
you should make a deal with companies like Wayne Tech.
Yeah, you're right. He's like, you're describing Batwing. I am. Let's switch it up. Mr. Terrific pulls up on him. He's like, yo, bro, I'm smarter than you. But our brains together.
Like, collaborative.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make him a solo, it has to be collaborative.
I agree. Okay, so once again, that goes back to our Infinity
Because
Inc. idea.
Ironworks should stay.
Of course.
It doesn't need to be Batwork.
I see Mr. Terrific be like, yo, I want to help. Look, I just fell for it. God damn it. I just did it. That's exactly what I was talking about. I was like, they'll never let a black person be great.
Nope.
But I chose Batman.
You chose Batman first.
But is that my fault or DC's for setting that standard? Is that my fault?
No, it's literally because Batman is Detective Comics. And you're like, how do I make it relevant? Oh yeah, he needs to be Batman adjacent.
He needs to be Batman Jason, I guess. And there's a black Batman. Which goes against everything. Listen, DC, once again, you guys are not playing by the rules that you established. You're not playing by your own rules no more. Batman is not letting another nigga go around with a bat cow calling himself Batman. He's not going to do that.
Unless he sanctions it.
Yeah, and he's not going to sanction that. Nigga, there's only one Batman, bitch.
Especially not while he's Batman, yeah.
It's me. Like, if you go out as Batman and someone kills you, I'm going to feel bad.
But I'll have to stop them and put them in jail.
In the Steel Solo book, he and Terrific have a bit of a friendly rivalry. Why?
They could be Black Reed and Tony.
100%.
Yeah, I mean...
Why is there a rivalry? Like, y'all niggas... Also...
Like, I mean, it's kind of like probably one of those things where it's like, you want to build something cool, I want to build something cool.
Also, why?
It doesn't have to be beef to be a friendly rivalry.
No, I mean, I don't know, but my thing is, but why? Like, this is a Steel book. Why is Mr. Terrific here?
Well, because if you're Venus and Serena, eventually you're going to play each other in the final.
They're not Venus and Serena.
But that's what he's saying, that they're Reed and Tony.
They're not related. They're not against each other. They're on the same team.
Well, I'm saying they'd be on the same team, but at the same time, like,
but Venus and Serena wouldn't be on the same team.
If they was trying to make an armor, and they were both trying to show out.
Okay, I can see that.
It's kind of like
It's kind of
like when Busta talked about being on record with M and how they kept going back and forth with verses.
Yeah,
where it's like you both doing the same thing. You ain't even beef with each other, but you both at the same time trying to outdo each other. That friendly rivalry is like, oh, you coming with that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
Let me redo my little
My
invention.
issue is, why did we wait for a Steel Solo to now all of a sudden bring in Mr. Terrific? Like,
because it could be black coda. You can't have that many black people in a
like, it doesn't make sense to me that all of a sudden now Mr. Terrific's here. Like, okay, so you guys are trying to make it black centric. Okay, cool. But like, that would be like in the Black Panther comic book, all of a sudden, like, Luke Cage is in. Why is he? We don't need him here. Like, it's cool, I guess, but like, why? This nigga's in New York. We're not even in the same area. Why is he here? It makes no sense. But, oh, we're both black, so I guess it makes sense to just throw us in there. Sam Wilson? Sam Wilson was there for a reason. There was a reason why he was there. He wasn't just there because sure, why not? And there was no rivalry, nothing. Even though that was stupid that they tried to give him a rivalry. Why do we do that as black people? Why do we write our characters rivaling each other? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Why? Like, it's unnecessary.
That's a very
It's
good
so unnecessary that I'm just like, why? Why can't we just get together and get along? Nigga, you saved the day. I saved the day too. Dope. Let's go.
Can we all just get along?
100%. I could, instead of a rivalry, what I would have with Steel and Mr. Terrific is, nigga, you're smart. Nigga, I'm smart too. We both learn from each other.
He said, see, MTV brought it right back. How do you start the show? What's beef? Beef is entertainment.
Okay, hold on. This is bullshit. That's different. This is hip hop.
That was different.
It's hip hop.
Yeah?
Hip hop is competitive.
Nigga, this is...
Superheroics is not competitive.
Niggas is literally fighting, bro.
The only competitive superhero team... No, be clear. The only competitive superhero team is the Authority. The Authority are competitive. All these other niggas are not.
I don't know.
One of my favorite lines in the current Avengers book that I love so much. Jim McKay's doing great. Can't wait for him to do X-Men. They all got... What I like what he does the old Seven Samurai. He does, and this is why I like it so much. He does the Grant Morrison type of superhero team.
Okay.
And do you know what the Grant Morrison type super team is? There's one event happening.
Yeah.
But it's not all just here.
Yeah.
It's worldwide.
Yeah, spread.
So I'm going to need you to do this. You go do this. You go do this. And like, we're a team, but we're not a team at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how the Avengers run goes. It's basically, we're all a team, but we need you to do this, you to do this. And, you know, there was a bunch of bad guys they had to fight, like groups. And so they're all fighting in different places. And Black Panther is like, yeah, I just took this one out. Yeah, I just took this one out. Yeah. I think you guys need to catch up to me. You guys are going way too slow. And so one of them says, no, it was Sam. Of course, because black people have to rival each other. Sam says, it's not a competition, T'Challa. And he was like, I know it's not. But if it was, I'll be winning. I was like, what if Black Panther didn't say? It's not a competition, but if it was...
I would kick y'all ass.
I'm kicking all y'all asses. So, one could argue that part of what makes X-Men so popular is the so popular. That's not an argument. That's not an argument. You're right. But the only thing I would say wrong is that that's not an argument. What we love about the X-Men over every Avengers is, and Justice League, is when you read X-Men, you get a bunch of people. All the stories that we learned about Superman, Wonder Woman, and the stuff that we love come in their solo books. With the exception of Wolverine, all the best Gambit stories, X-Men. All the best Rogue stories, X-Men. All the best Storm stories, X-Men. All the best Cyclops stories, X-Men.
Yeah.
And X-Men were the first characters to actually have personalities. Back then, it was just superheroes. We're just superheroes. Like, the X-Men had different things, like, this nigga's a priest, even though he looks like a demon. This girl is claustrophobic. This nigga can't take his eyeglasses off, and he's a leader, and he's kind of a dickhead. Like, things like that. Like, Colossus he's like the softest dude. I have an interesting theory about Colossus, that Colossus and Piotr are two different things.
How so?
I would go Hulk with Colossus.
Really?
Yes, and let me tell you why. The shit that Colossus does, Piotr ain't doing that. No, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the things that Colossus is willing to do, Piotr ain't doing that. Piotr's like, damn, dog, you just crushed this nigga's head. I gotta be painting and picking flowers, nigga. Why you mean you just, like, drop through and squash this nigga?
So, I don't know. I always thought it was like, you know, Piotr is the warning. Colossus is the
Colossus
is the what you get.
No,
Fuck
no,
around and
100%.
found out.
Colossus to me, he's the shield of the X-Men. He's the shield. He jumps in front. I'll take all the hits.
That's Wolverine.
Wolverine doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Wolverine jumps
That
in
nigga
front.
wear bright yellow.
No,
You go to battle. And then he always jumping.
he's wearing black, yellow, and blue.
Like what happens when the other team has guns? Wolverine. Row!
They are each other's subsequent characters. I agree. But with Colossus, what I like is he does jump in the front, even before Wolverine. Like, Wolverine's like, watch out,
He
nigga. Like,
literally throws that nigga at the back.
yo, that's Wolverine's idea. And guess who's right behind him? Colossus.
Yeah, he's right behind him. But at the same time, like you said, the yellow one's going up.
But there's even things that Wolverine can't do. And Colossus is like, I'll do it. For example, I'll give you an example. The Legacy virus. Think of Colossus. They're like, Beast was like, I created an anti-thing for it. But someone has to die. Someone has to inject themselves with it. And it's kind of like COVID. It has to spread. Where we get infected. Like infected, but infected
You
with
have to do it enough
the
to
serum.
build the antibodies.
So everyone's like, we're not going to do it then. Because we don't want to kill each other. Colossus was like... Everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Colossus was like, one of us need to die. I'm the shield. I'm the X-Men shield. I take the brunt. I take the hits. That's my thing. And that's why I loved right before, and this is what made Kitty and him break up. Kitty and Peter forever. Kitty and Peter forever. I'm sorry. I know y'all like her being gay. I know y'all like her being this. I know y'all like Kitty and Peter. Any relationship that Kitty has not been the same as what she had with Peter. Nothing. It's Kitty and Peter forever. That's just my opinion on that. Anyways, I loved during Utopia, aka Krakoa before Krakoa.
Krakoa 4?
Before Krakoa. I always liked that when Colossus, Juggernaut got taken over, his brain was going nuts. That was during Fear Itself. During Fear Itself, where Juggernaut got taken over, and they're like, well, dude, we can't stop him. How do we stop him? And they thought, Cyclops is a different nigga, because Cyclops comes up with ideas, and even Cap is like, I would have thought about that. So this nigga Cyclops sends sends Colossus to Sidorak, the demon.
Well,
he got his sister, Magic. Magic was like, y'all can take her right there.
people forget, Magic's a demon lord.
Magic runs.
Magic has her own realm.
Demons are scared of Magic.
Well, yeah,
They're frightened of her.
The best part, and because she can also teleport between dimensions.
Yeah.
So it's like, if she can take you to her dimension, a demon lord is all powerful. They're basically God in their own realm.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like she can literally pull you to her spot.
Like, dog, I can just take you there. They're like, how are we gonna get to the Sidorak god? And she's like, I'll just take you right there.
Yeah.
And then she just took him there, and Kitty joined, and Kitty's like, what are you doing? And Colossus is like, bruh, someone needs to take the gem and Sidorak away. I'll do it. And Kitty was like, why do you always do this? I love that conversation they had. She was like, why do you always do this? And he was like, what are you talking about? She was like, why do you always throw yourself in front? You don't. And he says, I am Xavier's shield. She was like, you don't have to do this. You always choose this over me. You choose to take yourself out before you choose to live with me. And he did it anyways. And then they fixed him.
Oh, I'm hoping to live through this. Oh, girl,
Like, oh, who said I'm gonna die?
Whoa, what do you think's going on here?
But she knew what time it is. She knew what came with being a Juggernaut. She knew what time it was.
No, I just charge real good. We'll be all right.
I don't want Colossus to be ruled by rage. If anything, he should be less in touch with his emotions in his metal form. Maybe he should be extra cold when he's metal to balance. That's what I mean.
Well, I would say, I don't know. I would make it different. Or he gets nicer when he's in metal.
No.
He's got an attitude.
I also like it. This is a forgotten thing. Someone had to remind me that when Colossus changes forms, energy is released. So like he almost like explodes. This is awesome to me because Now, what I would do, once again, I'm spitballing. What I would do is I would have Colossus almost be like a drug. Like, I'm addicted to being in steel form. I can't get out of steel form. And I can see him being cold and callous. And I can see Cyclops pull him to the side and be like, bro, when was the last time you went to your flesh form? When was the last, I haven't seen you in your flesh form in like forever. And he's just like, oh, I don't know when. And he was like, well, you ever thought about going back? And he's like, why? Like, Colossus is like, why would I go back to my human form? Why would I go back to a form that is weaker? Why would I go to a form that makes me and you guys more vulnerable? Also, me changing explodes. So I can't just do it all the time. So what better way to just stay in a metal form?
I don't know.
Hey, okay.
I wouldn't focus much on the explosion part. I like the fact that he could just change.
Well, he can.
You know, like it. Just, but I'm saying I like the fact that it's like, no, you just grow and you see. I don't need him to exploding. It's just.
Not like an explosion, but it's like an unleashment of energy. It's an unleashment. That would have been a great storyline at the kid. That's what I'm saying.
It should just release like light or something. They can use them as a nightlight.
I can see just a small little burst of energy. I could just see that. Nothing like explosion, but like
I don't know. I think he's good enough with the armor.
Okay, fair. I mean, no. He was still get the armor, but there's a transfer of energy. He should get stronger
though. The nicer he gets.
So reverse.
The kinder he gets, the nicer the stronger.
A reverse Hulk.
If he's doing it for the people, he's at his peak.
So anyway, Storm got a groove back in the cartoon. Let me tell you something that I really, really like that I don't think a lot of people caught. When Storm has her Sailor Moon Magic Girl transformation,
you gotta have your anime magic moment.
Of course. When she has her little moment like that, I have to respect what they did here. Because her hair grew. Fuck all of you niggas who spent months saying fuck the show because they gave her the mohawk. There's so many people. I know you niggas. I know y'all. I haven't exposed y'all yet.
It looked good though. I like the way they did it.
Yes. So
I like the way
this is the only costume that they're using for the X-Men that isn't a Jim Lee design. That's the original Storm look. I'm gonna say Storm Lee. Yeah.
Storm Lee.
That's the original Storm look from like her first creation.
Yeah.
And I had to say like, goddamn, it was great. But I posted that on there and everyone else. Everyone's like, yeah, I like that they gave her a new costume. I'm like, it's not a new costume. She went back to the OG one, which everyone else has the Jim Lee design.
No.
She doesn't have the Jim Lee design. Also, we made it. Nightcrawler is officially on the team.
Yep, but at what cost? Hey, let's keep it 100 though. If I was Forge, I'd have kind of felt away. I would have been like, hey, I fell down this pit, right? And did you legit just fly and black girl magic around the whole planet before you came back to pick me up?
She had to get her shit back. Get her shit back.
Like, you realize I was at the bottom of that motherfucking cave and you made it rain. I was flooded on. Like, what the fuck, bro?
She had to get her shit back.
Hey, you know what I did like, though?
What?
I really did like how when he did the magic, they went MCU style with it. With the Doctor Strange.
They did. Yeah, they did. Thank you for bringing it. Reminded me. They did.
That was a flex. That was a flex. I see what you guys are doing.
The renaissance and reemergence of Forge and the respect that has been put on his name within the past few years has been fantastic. Because a lot of people are learning about X-Men, and a lot of people are like, yo, so this Forge guy is basically just Tony Stark.
Not quite.
I was like,
doesn't have the same inventive mind. He just has...
That's the difference, is that someone has to give Forge the idea to make something. Like, he can't just say, you know what we need? We need a gun that could do this. He needs to brainstorm it and get it together. And someone else will say, well, damn, that sucks. You know what? We need some. I wish there was a way to bring her powers back. Her Forge's powers are light bulb moments. Where Iron Man would create something before it even happens.
Yep. And Iron Man also refines a lot of his stuff. I remember they had when they did Inhumans X-Men stuff time around that time, and they had Lunella and Forge around each other, and Forge builds this giant machine to like stop some detergent, and Lunella's like, give me like 20 minutes and I'll refine it, and she made it handheld.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I would have never ever thought of this, but it was like, nah, they had a need, so Forge met the need, but, you know, as best he could, where Lunella was like, oh no, I see your design and I raise you.
Forge and Sage together should be a problem. I agree 100%.
Oh yeah. Sage is a character I think could be very fun mainstream.
I like Sage because there's a lot you can do with her. I feel like a lot of her potential hasn't been reached yet. I mean, I know people who don't even really know her power. And I said, I'll make a long story short. Sage is a computer. She is a living, breathing, walking computer. Yep. So she thinks very fast. She can almost download things. So like, just because like if she needs to know how to fight, she now knows Muay Thai. Yeah, I just searched and found out how to do Muay Thai. Yeah, we're good. Like, that's basically what it is. She's just a walking, talking computer. And you know who I want to see Forge with? I want Forge with WizKid. I want Forge with Box, with Jeffrey Madison. Because Forge could come up with the idea. Madison and WizKid could just create it like that.
What about a team like Tech Force?
I like it.
Where you start compartmentalizing, you put the tech people, the inventors together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. I like it 100%.
Especially to counter something like the Sentinel problem.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
How do we beat that?
But yeah, I don't. Here's my problem. If you look at the cover of the X-Force with... You know who I else want to team up? I want Forge and Grey Crow. I want Forge and Scalp Hunter. They're both natives. They're both indigenous, Native Americans. I don't want to say their powers are similar, but if you think about it, it kind of is. Like, Forge's power, I can make anything that comes to me. I mean, you know, like, if you need an idea of something, and this is what makes Forge different, is like, Forge will be like, I can make something. I can't teach you how to do it.
No.
Like, once I make it, I can't redo it again. It was just, that's how my power works. Like, if I make it, they'll be like, okay, yeah, make a blueprint of this. He's like, oh, I don't do blueprints. It's like a chef who knows how to cook and they don't have to measure shit. Like, I've been doing this a lot. I can just make this. I don't need to do measurements. I already know how to do it. And so, like, they're like, sweet, show us how to do it. Why haven't they built Sentinel Buster? I know he has. They have. Grey Crow could talk to technology. Grey Crow's power is basically, how do I say this? His power is I can take apart and reassemble things. Very good.
So why don't we add in? What's the old boy? What's the dude who has the board costume thing that can drive cars really well?
My guy Razorback.
Then we'll those two and Razorback, and we do Fast and Furious and Mutants. Building new car tech,
what would be
racing, taking apart, reassembling cars.
What would be a name for an X-Men team of mutants that deal with cars? Triple X?
I mean, it's already brand. Triple X, State of the Mutant.
I mean, listen. This Extraction?
Extraction would be good.
Extraction
would be good.
Car for we get Grey Crow.
They do have in NASCAR. They do have an Xfinity. You can brand along the next
Xfinity, the X Games,
Acceleration.
That's
a good one. Acceleration.
Hey, that's almost too good to not use.
Fuck with that.
That's almost too good to not use.
Dude, taking advantage of mutants and driving cars.
Listen, I was going to make this team now. Okay, we have Grey Crow. We have Razorback. You get Jefferson Madison box. He can create whatever type of vehicle they need.
Yeah. You can put Sage on the team. She's
on the
finding
team.
Races. It's something she could like totally just back in process to. She doesn't have to like, oh yeah, they just hit her up, and she's like, all right, I got car. You know how like they do in like Need for Speed games?
Yeah.
You know, I got this race, this race,
Yeah.
this race. Map them out for you.
Yeah. Put Quicksilver on the team.
But Quicksilver.
He's not a mutant, but he kicks it with the mutants.
Is he a mutant or is he not a mutant?
Apparently he's not one.
I mean...
Apparently he's not one. But I do respect that. I do want to bring up something else. So Cody Ziegler, he's the writer of the Miles Morales comic. He's killing it. Killing it.
Okay.
Quicksilver and the pit crew. Quicksilver just roll with them. Like, look, man, I don't do cars. But I'll be there.
Anyway. You know, we could you could put Johnny Storm in there. He used to do racing.
That's
It'd
true.
be something he does on the side. It is something he could be a competitor.
You know, Cannonball.
Oh yeah, Sam. Oh, the Guthries. Just put the Guthrie family.
All the Guthries.
Put the Guthrie family.
Put us
Well, they country.
And then the country, they like NASCAR.
Yeah. think about her being one of the drivers for because a lot of teams they'll have multiple
That's
drivers
true.
on track.
That's true.
Huss could be a great driver you can put in there, especially if she did tear away skin, she can survive any crash or whatever.
Acceleration is a dope man. I like it. Cody Ziegler, he did an interview recently, and he was talking about like the Marvel process now that Feige is in control. And he mentioned about Miss Marvel and how it was Kevin Feige's idea to make her a mutant. And he told them, yeah, this is what we're doing for her in the movies. We want that to reflect in the comics. A lot of people, first off, so now people were mad saying, oh, well, Kevin Feige killed Miss Marvel. First of all, I thought you Krakoans were all about resurrection. Ooh. Oh, now we're against it. Somebody stop me when I'm wrong. I'm like, I thought y'all were down with the resurrection thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're not okay with the resurrection thing.
The goalpost has been moved.
We're now not okay with that. Okay.
Forever moving goalposts.
Well, people were saying, oh, well, they didn't kill her in her own comic. She didn't have a comic at the time. I'm not defending it. But, let's be clear, she didn't have a comic at the time. And he never said to kill her. A better writer, and I'm not trying to rip on Jim Zub, because more less people do that. A more creative mind would have found a better way to do that. I can tell you mine right now. Last year, there was a Miss Marvel X-Men crossover where there were these metallic bees. They were like robot. That's what a phoenix does. There was some robot bees that was extracting blood from mutants. And Miss Marvel got involved, and they were stabbing her and shit too. And then when they got done, one robot survived. Someone picked it up and was like, yeah, I got DNA. Here's what I do. Miss Marvel dies, right? Cyclops says, okay, I know how this works. Because remember, he was a kid. And now he's an adult, so he knew this was happening.
Well,
He was like, so here's what's going to happen. They go to a morgue. They find her body. They look at her body and they're like, dude, she has mutant DNA in here. Like, how? They're like, well, these things that was collecting the mutant DNA stabbed her with it, so now she has their mutant DNA in her. It wouldn't affect her if she's alive. But because she has mutant DNA, our team could probably work with that and bring her back, but as a mutant. That would be the only caveat. Is that we could bring her back, but she would be a mutant now. Not the best, but it's damn better than, oh, you've had a dormant gene.
well, I mean, that's how mutant things work. Be like, hey, look, you were mutant.
Mm-hmm.
You got exposed to a Terrigen mist. You technically shouldn't have survived that.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at with it. Like, okay, if that's what you're telling me, how the fuck did she survive the Terrigen mist?
And all I would say is like, well, she's just the 1%.
That's.
She has inhuman DNA and she's a mutant. Because guess what? There's a fucking brood that is a fucking mutant.
Well, the
and
X
then they gave me
gene,
human species.
the X gene,
is
just an X gene. It's not just human exclusive.
Yeah.
So I get that part. And what you said about, I get the part where she's inhuman and mutant. That makes sense to me.
Because that was also supposed to be what's his name's daughter, Quicksilver and Crystal.
This is
but
true.
now Quicksilver ain't
and a mutant.
So who knows?
But yeah, and they honestly never like resolved that. Like, okay, so is the Wizard? His dad, because I remember that was the original bitch. Was like the Wizard was his dad. We still don't know what her mutant ability is, right? I don't think they've shown it. I think they're gonna make it light based.
Thugging.
Here's my thing.
Her mutant base is gonna be thugging. She can crip. She can blood. It don't even matter, bro.
Matter this. Here's my thing regarding that. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want it to be like the movies. Here's my thought on that. That's fair. That's valid. However, we have no control over that. It's going to happen. They're going to make the MCU comics, the comics like the MCU, from a business standpoint. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because what if I read a comic, go to a movie, see something for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. Then I go read the comic, and it's a completely separate character, person, powers. You're like, the fuck? Now you're not going to read the comic book, now you're only going to focus on the MCU. Or I make the MCU and the character in the comics similar. I don't see the problem with this. I don't see the problem.
I mean, why not? Obviously, let's be real. Old Girl's a very likable character.
She is.
I mean, it makes sense because let's go. We can take it all the way back to a character named Blade, who became way more popular after he was readapted from the movie. Because sometimes, hey, look, sometimes other people do things right.
I think I'm gonna post that. I'm going to post a picture of the movie Blade and then the comic book Blade.
Green blockers?
No.
No. Updated one.
Or maybe I should. Post the Green Blockers one, then post the movie one, and then post how he is today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to put in parentheses.
How it started?
No. I'm put in parentheses. I hate when the comics copy the movies.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even argue that one. You can't.
Let's keep it
Put the years as captions. Absolutely. Yeah, but Kamala has, at this point, been in multiple animated series and a video game with one power set. 100%, I agree. But that was all before they decided to make her a mutant. Like, that was all before that. Here's another thing, too. As comic book fans, if you know the origin of why they made Kamala an Inhuman instead of a mutant, I'm having trouble believing why you would be against them fixing that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I want to ask because they officially said that the people who created her always wanted her to be a mutant. That makes sense. I refuse to believe that when they created and came up with the concept, they said, you know what, we're going to randomly make her an Inhuman. That's not what happened. Instead, Ike Perlmutter said, you know what, fuck mutants right now. We're doing Inhumans. They made her an Inhuman. Now, and as a creative person, this is just how I see it. I see this as righting a wrong. They're righting a wrong here. Inhuman fans, all 10 of you, I'm sorry. But then again, I have to ask you, Inhuman fans, what has Ms. Marvel done for y'all lately?
Ooh. What have the Inhumans done at all lately?
What have the Inhuman? No. Let's go off of that because Inhuman fans are gonna rock with Inhumans no matter what. Sweet. What has Miss Marvel done for the Inhuman people lately? Brand wise, popularity wise, fuck it. Are there Inhumans in her comic book? Oh, there's not. Oh, she's only been added on once.
She's holding it down by herself.
So what you're telling me is there is no point to her being an Inhuman other than you guys just telling her she is one.
You're missing the one big point. It's the only thing keeping the Inhumans relevant right now.
The what?
She's the only thing keeping the Inhumans relevant right now.
I think that's gone now too. I don't think they're gonna have her with anything. And I agree with MTF says. I'm not as much attached to her being an Inhuman as I am her powers. That's 100%. 100%. And that's why I tell people. I say this because I'm kind of mean at times. I'm like, you do not care that much that she's no longer an Inhuman. You do not care.
Yeah, that ties to the legacy for her, especially as a character.
You do not care. Why do you like Kamala Khan? Give me your top 3 reasons you like Kamala Khan, and I bet you being an Inhuman isn't in there.
I enjoyed the way she was exposed to the Terrigen Mists.
Like,
her ties to the royal family.
I'm willing to bet my paycheck if you ask people what their top 3 reasons they like Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, I highly doubt one of them's going to be like, because she's an Inhuman.
My deep loyalty to the Inhumans keeps me enjoying Kamala Khan.
And the reason why is because they have not established what happens with being an Inhuman.
Real talk too. Like with Moon Girl, my daughter got into Moon.
Oh, they
Girl.
completely ran away from that.
My daughter got into Moon Girl on the show, and I let her start reading the comic books, and she's like, "Well, what's an Inhuman?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, what did she? They don't show she's an Inhuman, and I was like, well, she's like. That doesn't. How does that help her?
It doesn't.
Wasn't she smart before? She was smart without it.
Yeah.
Like her, the dinosaur just can follow her.
100%. Yeah.
It is the most useless addition.
100%. What has Moon Girl done for the Inhumans lately? Matter of fact, the guy who was getting at me about the Inhumans, I said to him, "That's funny. I don't hear you saying this about Moon Girl."
Yep. She 2 seasons deep. Ain't one Inhuman in sight.
I ain't seen. Y'all mentioned Moon Girl at all. And at least with Kamala, we could say, oh, well, she's with the X-Men now. Oh, she's with mutants now.
Yeah.
What's Moon Girl's excuse?
Moon Girl is the same hood. Like, nah, I just don't claim that set no more.
When you're a mutant, there's something that comes with that. You're hated by the government. You're hated by humans. There are giant fucking robots created to kill you. Giant robots. Inhumans. Y'all could just go to Adelon and chill.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm up here. Alright, just kick it on Earth.
They don't want to be found.
They're like, we're good.
They don't want to be found.
We're cool. I don't know about you mutant niggas.
Reed Richards had to go out of his way to find them. Let's keep
100%.
No, they ignore. I mean, that's the thing is they don't even ignore that Moon Girl is an Inhuman. They just say, you know what? We're just not going to
talk about it.
Mediums.
We're just not.
I mean, because she's explicitly not an Inhuman in the other medium. Like they didn't do any of that storyline.
Yeah, they
at
did.
No point. Like she just meets Devil and they become friends, and that's that.
That's just where it ends.
That's just like, all right, where... And she branches the fuck out. Like I said before, like she's dealing with characters like Molecule Man, the fucking Beyonder. Like she's not like they're opening her character exposure up. So her not being Inhuman speaks volumes towards them not giving a fuck about it.
100%. Yeah, hell they know that Moon Girl. I do wanna because they're coming up to the end here of our thing. Superman's birthday was not too long ago. 85 years. Goddamn.
That's a long one.
When Superman's thing goes up, that's going to be interesting. I wonder what DC's going to do.
That's why they got John.
You might be right there. You might be right there. Because the Superman they will be able to live. What is it? The copyright is up? what happened to Steamboat Willie recently in Winnie the Pooh?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so basically,
Like
what's the lawyer term, MTF?
It becomes like public use or something
they become public. As in, you know how they're making Winnie the Pooh horror movies now that are surprisingly doing decent, and the only reason why they're doing decent is because they don't have to do great.
Yeah,
they don't have to.
They make them for $30, and then if they make $1 million, you do great profit margin.
Yeah. The profit that ROI is disgusting. Yeah. That's a nasty ROI. Like that's like fuck. I almost want to throw money into it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, bro, we got 17 people. It costs us $30K.
Yeah. And out of just boredom and just curiosity, we're gonna make at least $5 million.
Yeah, just people talking shit about, hey man, you seen that dumbass?
Yeah,
you know.
Out of curiosity, worldwide, at least 5 million people will watch the Winnie the Pooh horror movies.
Yep.
They're gonna watch it, and guess what? All they gotta do is pay $1.
That's it.
Or $3. Mm-hmm. Nigga, we just made $15 million.
Oh, dude, an extra value meal these days costs you like $15. They'll pay a few dollars.
They'll pay that. Yeah,
just to see what it's about.
Just to see it. Horror movie buffs are going to do, but my understanding is that different aspects of the Superman character copyright will remain active under DC when Clark Kent becomes a public domain. Well, here's the thing: DC's gonna always use Superman. They're gonna always use it, but he will be.
There's certain things you can't do because there's still or certain things that have been tied to him later that you won't be able to do. So
it's gonna be limited. Like I don't think they could use the S. I don't think that they can have the costume, but they could have an alien nigga named Clark Kent, I guess.
I mean, or you could just call him Clark with a K and name him Gladiator and it'd be the same thing.
Like it's that's true. Okay, that's true. So I think what happens is they got to go back to his original powers.
He can jump good.
So like he could jump.
He jump real good.
He's just kind of sort of fast.
He's faster than a locomotive.
Like that's
faster than Speedy Bullet, more powerful than a locomotive.
No, more powerful than a locomotive.
Yep.
Nowhere near on the level that the current Superman is now.
You know, because it would make for a good comedy. In terms of like, you know, you could put him in a world with all these other superheroes who can fly and do all this shit.
That would be interesting.
And him trying to like.
I'm interested in that version of Superman. Like I'm in a world where I'm not the most powerful nigga.
Yeah, like I have this basic power set and everybody else is like Silver Age Superman level.
Right.
Like, oh, what did you do this week? Oh, I tore a hole in reality.
Exactly. I get it. And this is why I want to say something real quick. I trust James Gunn. I will say I'm kind of disappointed at what's the casting because we're going back to Lex Luthor. I'm kind of sick of it because I'm like, how many times are we going to have to do this? How many times are we going to go back to Lex Luthor? Superman has a great rogues gallery that nobody uses. And I don't know why. So people ask me, they're like, well, who you have done? Easy, Mongol.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's...
Fucking Brainiac!
For me, it's always... Like you said, I mean, Brainiac was my first, but for me, it's virtually everybody but Lex. Like, I would start... Well, and here's the thing, is I would start Lex as a previous villain. Like, I know Lex is up to bullshit, but he's also part of the city. Like, in a Brainiac movie... I would have Lex be the one to tell Superman about Brainiac. Like, I wrote this whole thing out where basically Lex pays people to stage a bank robbery to get Superman's attention. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it, you know, basically Superman's like surprised when they get up. Or, you know, basically when they like give up, you know, and hand him a note. Mm-hmm. And he goes up to an adjacent rooftop and Lex Luthor's waiting there. And, you know, he's like, basically like, what are you up to this time, Lex? And he's like, you know, I come on different terms. Essentially, something is coming in. You know, something's just basically entered our solar system. Mm-hmm. You know, just from interstellar space, and I, you know, want to get your attention because I believe it to be hostile. And basically, like, you can have this whole setup because at the end of it, I wanted to kind of do almost like they did in the Justice League cartoon, where there's a piece of Brainiac that basically makes it back to Earth. You see like a little LexCorp satellite take a piece and bring it all the way back to Earth, and it's Brainiac, and basically it's like and Lex is like 1-0 me, and he's like, I'm surprised that a Terran is you Terrans impressed me with, you're basically your Brainiac, so you do that later alliance kind of deal.
I kind of like where you're going with it. Let's build.
But he wouldn't be the focus. Of course Brainiac would be the focus.
Not. Let's build off of that. So basically, here's what I would do. Let's see if you're on the same track as me. Now MTS says Lex is the correct choice because he's the arch enemy. I disagree because all the last 2 Batman films kicked off without Joker.
Yeah.
They kicked off without Joker. So that would be my only argument to that. But also, I would have the first be Mongol because one thing we have not really seen in the Superman movies is Superman get the shit kicked out of him by someone who is not Kryptonian.
Yeah.
So basically what you're telling me is what they have established is if he's not Kryptonian, he's getting fucked up. So now what you have established with Mongol, there are things out there that can fuck Superman up.
Yeah.
And Superman realizes, I can't do this alone. I'm going to need help. What a better way to establish that with Mongol and War World. Then we could do Our Worlds at War. It's a great Superman story.
It is great. I got that trade.
You got the trade, don't you? Yeah, I was going to say. Our Worlds at War was fantastic.
Yeah.
Great story. Where Superman basically, the world is in danger. They know they're going to get fucked up. So Superman basically joins forces with the military. He's like, yo, we got to go out there and fuck this shit up.
Lex is president at the time.
Yeah.
And Lex joins forces with Darkseid. And because it's not just their world at war, it's all these worlds.
All the worlds.
It's basically them being Imperiex is coming down, and he's like, oh no, basically I'm going to hollow out this universe.
Yep.
And restart your Big Bang.
Oh no. Oh no. We have to stop this.
And it's Superman's facing a lot of problems because he can't just punch this nigga to death.
Right.
And he punches a bunch of them to death, and guess what? He's blowing holes in the earth. Other beings try it, like Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they get fucked up.
And that's where, what was great was that Superman was like, here's the deal. I can really stop this shit, but if I take myself to that point, I know I'm not going to be able to come back.
Well, no, not only that, but if I do that, it's going to blow a hole new universe anyway.
And the
energy release is going to destroy everything anyway.
Everything.
So I literally can't just beat you up.
Yeah, and everyone's getting mad at Superman because they're like, bro, we know you can end this. And he's like, bro, if I do so, I'm going to fuck shit up. And there's going to be lots of deaths.
All of it. All of it goes.
Yeah.
Like, this being, like, under the armor is pure energy. If I destroy the main one, it's the same thing that happens to everybody else. Like, it will end the reality.
What a better way, what a great way to show Superman. And I tell people all the time, Superman is not named Superman simply because he has strength and flight and all that. That's not why he's called Superman. It's about the different choices he makes. How he's always willing to do the right thing. That's what it is. And this was a great moment because I can see someone who doesn't understand that being like, dude, you could just end all this. And Superman being like, no, I can't. Because if I do so, everything gets fucked up. And while I might survive and a few billion people, trillions are dead. So I have to make the right play. Zack Snyder will just have him kill the dude. So I appreciate that. I like that. But what I would do with Lex Luthor in the movies, I would have Lex Luthor show up at the end of almost every superhero's comic. Him telling people, yo, something's coming. Yo, my name is Lex Luthor. I'm one of the smartest people on the planet. I've been doing these calculations. Something's coming. Have none of the superheroes listen to him. Then Brainiac shows up. Brainiac comes, do a Justice League movie. They're fucking shit up. They're having trouble. Lex Luthor comes, saves the day. Create something. He goes up to them and says, I tried to warn all of you. You all looked at me like it was nothing. I get it now. All of you ain't shit. I'm here to fuck all you up now. Great villain origin. Bro, there are millions dead because of y'all. I tried to warn you. But y'all thought because, I'm just this guy. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. Yeah, fuck you niggas.
See, the way I was going to go with it is I was going to have, because I also had Mr. Terrific in the movie, I was going to essentially have Lex tell him Superman not really believe him and go to Terrific to verify.
Okay.
And then when Terrific goes to verify, basically they reach out. They basically send this. They see the object. They've already seen the object, but they reach out to talk to it. And Brainiac communicates back and starts taking over all the equipment. But of course, with the T-spheres, he can't see Mr. Terrific. So he sees Superman. He sees the Kryptonian. He sees the humans that might be in the lab with them, because I'd probably have Terrific running like Cadmus or something like that. Or even have his own but I'd have him in the universe one way or another, and that be proof to Superman that he needs to go out there basically and stop it. So then Terrific's able to stop it and keep it out, but he warns him Lex is right. This is a fucking problem. This needs to be taken care of, Superman. And I mean, technology wise, we don't want to connect any of our stuff to it, because you saw how fast it almost took over everything here.
Yeah, I like that, because I can see Terrific being like. When they're like, fuck, like this Lex Luthor dude, Mr. Terrific would be like, well, he did try to tell you guys.
Yeah. Well, and you're establishing that Superman would go to somebody other than Batman for tech advice in your universe.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I agree.
Like, Terrific is that dude.
Yeah, I agree.
I let me validate this shit. And Terrific is a perfect person to have in the whole thing, because Brainiac couldn't see Terrific, so you can almost bring Terrific.
I forget that his suit. And this is something else that doesn't make sense to me. He made a suit that makes him invisible to technology.
The suit and the T-spheres.
Why doesn't everybody have this?
But that's one of the things I was doing. To have Superman approach, I would have him send him with the T-sphere, so Superman can get to the ship without Brainiac seeing, and that gives Superman time to assess.
Terrific is better than Batman.
Especially with tech, because Batman's not supposed to be.
So that's what you're trying to do.
Well, yeah.
You're trying to make it established.
I want Batman to be the world's greatest detective, not the world's greatest every fucking thing he can do.
That's not going to happen, and you know this. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not going to happen. It's not.
They make it happen.
But it's not going to happen. What did this guy Toast tell me? I'm going to make Mr. Terrific
a better detective. But you can make him smarter. And here's the reason. Here's how it's sold to Warner Brothers. Merch. Them fair play jackets.
Check this out. Check this out. I want it. Listen to me. I want a fair play jacket. So I want it right now. I would wear that motherfucking hot ass jacket. And it should have little T-spheres that run around like that. The T-spheres is awesome. I'm a big fan of Mr. Terrific because he showed up.
Oh my god! Imagine little drones that you put with that costume. Oh, that would be dope to have little drones with that. The little T-spheres following you.
Ooh. That's kind of hard.
Because you could do that.
I don't know how you would be able to do it, because they're just T's. What will keep them afloat?
No, they're orbs. So you just put a little helicopter on it.
On top of them?
Yeah, do like a little almost like transparent plastic helicopter on top of, or helicopter blade on top of it.
I wonder if someone, knowing how the world is, knowing how the world is, I'm pretty sure someone's already done that. I'm pretty sure someone that
would be dope.
That would be dope as shit. I love the idea.
Because you can have it follow you based on your cell phone.
Yeah.
They have a little drone tracking software and everything.
And just have it just hover around the phone.
Like just have it so it'd be around you.
Yeah, just around you.
You got your fair play jacket on.
You can set like little things so that it repels it, so it just goes around. Yeah, that's kind of hard. You see them do what they do in fucking China and Japan with their drones.
Yeah,
that shit is crazy. Them drone shows?
Super light shows.
I was like, hey, yo, and shit. This looks nuts. Yeah, this looks nuts. Ooh, we're over time.
We're over, yeah.
Look, we reached 50 viewers. This is one of our highest watched. And now we can get everyone to talk like MTF does. That'd be better. But
you have to remember, it's also not everybody's in Twitch.
That's true.
Because I see a lot of people on Twitter. I think because it automatically reposts on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
that is good. It might just be me, but there's no audio.
The audio going?
No audio?
Oh, it says it's audio. Yeah, see Live 47 on here.
Nice.
So that's where most of the
people that's dope. Hey, man. Hey, I need to retweet that next time. But that wraps our show up.
Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Phone Toast. Toast is with the most.
Chaz, the old nerdy bastard. We'll see y'all next week.
Until next